Hey, Dan here, and today I'm going to teach you a little known SEO marketing strategy that works amazing in any B2B industry. I'm using it for my B2B clients. I'm getting a ton of leads, a ton of traffic, and you will too, and I'm going to teach you how to do it completely free in this video. Okay, so the best way to explain this is to look at it like this. These are two business owners, okay? They're keeping 2 meters apart from each other, and they're having a conversation, and this guy right here, he says that he can't keep track of leads, and this guy's a little bit more experienced, and he tells his friend, well, you need a CRM. So now he knows that a CRM might solve this problem that he's experiencing in his business. So he's not going to just magic that into his business, right? He's going to actually look into it first. And we all know that most people, when they're looking at something, they go to Google and they'll do a Google search for it. This is just the way it works nowadays. So he goes into Google and he searches for CRM. And when you look down, if you look at what's ranking, number 1 is what is CRM. Number 2 is what is CRM. Number 3 is the Wikipedia page for customer relationship management. And number 4 is what is a CRM. So we know for sure that when people are searching, they're actually trying to figure out what it means. Okay, so this guy, this scenario right here, this is what the majority of people who search for CRM are actually looking for. And I think this gets about 1,400 searches a month or something like that in the UK. So there's a hell of a lot of people looking for this. You will get a lot of companies looking to see where they're ranking and stuff like that, but there's definitely a lot of customers here. And when you look at these ads are going to send you through to a landing page where they're going to try and get you to opt into something. But do you think that this guy right here, who's just found out that he needs a CRM, is going to sign up for some expensive service that's going to, cost him a bunch of money when you don't understand what it is? Probably not, right? So the way you actually go about this is you win on both fronts, because these guys are explaining what it is and they're ranking in Google. These guys are trying to get you to sign up. They're trying to force the conversion. You can actually do both, okay? And I'll explain how you get a conversion through this in a minute, and it will do better than a lot of these pages will here. What you do is you create a better piece of content than what these guys have done. So have a look through the pages that are ranking on the top 3 or 4. Have a read through all of this. Yeah, have a read through all of this. Go through all of them. And make sure that you actually understand everything they're saying and create a piece of content that covers everything they covered and more, and do it better, right? And that might sound idealistic, but it's absolutely possible. You just got to work hard at it. I could create a better piece of content than this on this thing, okay? And I don't really know barely anything about this stuff. I just, know what most people know. But I could create a better piece of content because I'd do more research and I'd make it happen. So create a better piece of content than what they've got. Then the next step is after that. So let's say this is our page. Let's imagine this is us, right? And we've got all this done. Now, when you look down here, one of these, I believe, right here, has got these questions underneath. Okay? Now, we want to get those questions underneath ours because that's making their SERP listing bigger. I know they're not ranking at the top, but this will increase their visibility as somebody scrolls down. I know they're ranking quite low, but if you imagine if this person here, I've done this with a load of industries, guys. If this person was ranking up here, you would find he'd start getting clicked on more and he'd start moving up here. Yeah, it really is powerful. And I don't know if Google are going to allow us to have these questions much longer because it's such a hack. Like, this is over 3 times the size of this. But I think that this is another indication as to what Google really wants us to do, which is create helpful content, right? And that's great. And that's great that Google wants us to do that. That's wonderful. But that's not great when you're trying to get leads. And that's why I'm going to go on in a minute to explain how to get leads. But while we're just looking at this, we want to get these as well, don't we? Okay, because this is cool. So what we do is we come into this tool right here called Answer the Public. This is free. I actually usually use Ahrefs, but it's a paid tool. If you're not paying for Ahrefs, you can use this one. But if you go Ahrefs, you could just put in CRM and click on questions. But this here does a similar job, but it won't give you the numbers. And it will just show you everything. So I've put in CRM. I've come to data because this thing's horrendous. So if we look at this, look at the questions here that are relevant to what's actually your page is about. Yeah, just answering random questions isn't going to help anything really. You want to make sure that they are actually helping the SERP listing. Okay, so have a look through here. So there was one, okay, can CRM be ERP, for example? We may want to answer that one. What can CRM do? Or what can a CRM do for my business? These questions are great, yeah? So if we answer these ones and we get them pulled into the SERPs, just like this guy has right here. So we want to go through and make a list of these, and then we can turn them into an accordion so it won't mess with our page. It won't make our page too big or anything like that. And basically there's 2 ways. So the first thing, if you head over to On Top Marketing the website, I've got a video and all the code and everything you need here to make the Yoast FAQ schema block into an accordion. You can literally just come in here, copy all this, and then add that class. Just check out this video on this page. I'll put the link to this page in the description. That's option number one if you're in WordPress, is use this to create the code that will get you your FAQs. If you're not in WordPress, it doesn't matter. I actually created this tool where you can put your questions and answers in here. So what is a CRM, and then answer here, and then you click update code and it comes out here. And this will also give you the same type of code that will allow you to pull those into the SERPs. I use this on every client I've got and it is brilliant. So I'll put this link in the description as well. Okay, so after we add in the FAQ, so we've got a piece of content now that's a lot better than anybody else's. We've added in the FAQ, so our SERP listing is now bigger. Now when this guy comes through and he does his Google search, so he goes to Google and he types in, and he's got his little thing there, and he puts in CRM. He sees all these small listings. Okay, he sees these tiny ones. He sees this tiny one, and then he sees this huge one that's like this, and it's got all these little questions in here, and it's got a cool heading tag, etc. You get the idea. When he clicks on that page, what we want to do is we want to then send him through to a landing page that looks like this. Okay, we want at the top, we want to have the heading here, so probably like, what is CRM, and then we want to have some content, and basically we want to do this, right? So have the content here, and on this side above the scroll, so he doesn't have to scroll down, we want some sort of small commitment, like small information like gathering form here. So this will be a multi-step form, right? I use these all the time, so I don't actually know what this strategy is called, because I found this just through testing a bunch of different things, and I found this converts really, really well, and I use this so much now. So I get 25% conversion rates, sometimes 30% with this strategy. I've got this running with loads of different clients. This works for literally everything: web design, connectivity services, like you name it. You can apply this, explain the thing, and have this here, and then have this information close. It will work. So let's say, for example, coming away from the CRM example right now, just so I can give you one off the top of my head. Let's say that we're talking about an internet connection. Okay, something I work with a lot. So this here, this form, this would say something along the lines of, let me see if I can get one of these sticky notes here. Okay, I'll put it there. So something like, find out if we cover your location, right? That's going to be the title. I'm just starting to use this tool. I have no idea how to move this around. Okay, imagine this is in here. Okay, that's going to be the title of that, and then you're going to have a field in the form here, and this is going to say postcode. Okay, so postcode. That's going to say postcode, or business postcode more specifically, and then just have a button in there, and that can literally just say next, right? So we are asking for a very small commitment right now. We're not asking them to give you all of your details and to spend some money, sign up to an account, etc. We're literally just asking them, what's your postcode? Yeah, we want to just know where you are, so we can see whether or not you can even get this service from us, so that they're not going to waste the time, spent looking into this and seeing whether or not whether they want it, to find out they can't have it. So they're going to try and qualify us at this point to see whether or not they're able to use us. So no, I don't see people having any issue with giving their postcode. Okay, this is good. So we do this, right? Then it takes them through, and it takes them through to the next step. And the next step basically has multiple fields. It goes name, and it goes telephone number, right? And also email. And what we say at the top of that is, we say, yes, we can get X, whatever it is, in your location. Get a free, no obligation quote now, or something like that, right? So we tell them, so this is how it works. So they get on this page, what is it? And then when they say, oh, okay, so these guys offer it, and it just says, find out if we can get it to you, right? So then they put in their postcode to see if you can get it. Then we find out, yes, you can get it. And then they say you can get a free quote with no obligation by just filling in your name, phone number, and email. And to them, they're not thinking that they're going to, be, really forced into doing anything or anything like that. So they feel a little bit more comfortable with it. And a lot of people go ahead with this. As I said, 25%, 30% are very realistic conversion rates with this strategy, depending on the keyword, obviously. And the reason that we have it right here above the scroll is so that it makes sure that everyone sees it. So even if someone hits this page and they don't scroll down and they literally get to there, right there, they've still seen our call to action. Okay, they've still seen this. This is actually the most prominent thing on the page. So what are we doing here? We're doing two things. Firstly, Google wants, this is nonsense, I'm going to use this thing. Google wants us to give free info. Yeah? That you can summarize what Google is doing is basically it just wants us to give free info. That's why when you look in these right here, what do you get right at the top? People also ask, what does a CRM system do? And they're taking the information from Salesforce, giving it right here. They just want all this information. This is all Google really wants from us. Okay, so we're giving Google what they want, and we want leads. Okay, because if you ain't getting leads, your business ain't growing. So we want leads. So if we can tick both of these boxes, then we are winning. See what I'm saying? So that's why this strategy is bloody brilliant, and why if you're not using this, you are seriously missing out. Hopefully this makes sense. I don't think there's much more to go on. As I say, I'd be interested if any of you other guys out there actually use this, if you know the name of this. I've been calling this the informational conversion when I've been pitching it to clients. But I have no idea what it's called, because as I say, I just sort of stumbled upon this just by testing out different concepts, and it worked really, really well, and I've just run with it non-stop since then. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions on this. Hopefully I've made this as clear as I can do. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel. I'm going to do more videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one.